that are absolutely smashing this business around the world. And, you need it. Being a part of this community, you need inspiration and motivation from everywhere so you can see what's working all around the world, not just here in the UK. So tonight we are going to be just touching on December. December it will be as quick or as slow as you make it. What I found being in this industry for 12 years is that December is the month that separates leaders from the rest of the industry, okay? Most people, what you find in December is that they tend to slow down. We want to speed up. We want to be the loudest, the proudest, the most consistent in the month of December. And that's what this night's call is all about. And also tomorrow it's going to be just simplified a little bit more for the wider community. So we're going to show you tonight how you can take one simple strategy. So we like to call it the one product a day strategy and turn it into trust, conversations, sales, and a strong customer pipeline going into 2026. Okay. What I've also found is, this is what I hear a lot of, but people are not spending money in December. Yes, they are. They're spending money buying Christmas presents, buying, stuff for friends, for family. And we want to basically be the one that's taking all of that pie, okay? But what I will say to you is people that are invested in self-care want it low entry. So that is what we're going to focus on in this call, is to bring back that low entry product that is going to help you drive new eyes on your social media and help you create those all important customers. Okay. So this month, just remember, ladies, the month of December is not about perfection. Okay. We're not here to be showing up perfect. And this is a conversation I've had with so many of you on one-to-ones over the past 24, 48 hours. It's about consistency. It's about visibility. And it's about keeping your business alive when everyone else is going to sleep or everybody else is shutting off to enjoy the celebrations. I'm telling you now, people are going to be scrolling. People are going to be making money. People are going to be spending money. But it's the ones that are just showing up that are going to be reaping the rewards. Okay, so that's what December's all about. Now, I have got some slides before I get into it because I know some of you are visual learners. So let me make sure that I get the right document. Is it that one or is it that one? It's that one. Slideshow. Doobie-doo.
Sorry, one of the kids decided to drop a laptop on the Wi-Fi.
How do I do full? Oh, there we go. Sure. Admit. Oh, girls, we've got hands. We've got hands going up. Who's got a hand going up? Why is it not letting me open it up?
Oh, it was me. I put my hand up.
Are you, babe?
I lost signal. And I was like, do you know what? I was on a roll and I was real excited to get stuck into it. And then I ran through there, big red light on my router, and then Edith's like, I was like, for God's sake, for one job.
Listen, me and Sadie show you that you don't have to show up professional and you don't need to show up perfect, okay? You can show up with kids screaming in the background, a child hanging off your neck, a baby on your tit if you need to. Seriously, anything is possible. You never know with me and Sadie. But we can make it happen. Remember, authenticity is what's going to separate you from anybody else online. Showing up authentically as you, ups, downs, 360s, all of the things is what's going to help people know you, like you, trust you, and want to be a part of what it is that you're doing, okay? So, MMC December Sales Sprint is what we're calling this. So, remember, ladies, December is one of the most underestimated business months in network marketing. Okay. People are scrolling more, people are buying more, and people are watching more. So we want to get a piece of that. So being online as much as you possibly can. Okay. Yes, you've got to enjoy the Christmas festivities and all the things, but just remember, just have me in your ear. Be present. Be loud, be proud, and be consistent. Because if you can do that, then you're going to be, you're going to be converting. So what we do now is going to build your Q1 momentum as well, which is then going into your January and your February as well. Your January and your February sales don't start in January, they start today. So you put in the legwork. Remember what we always say, 3-month rotation. So your 3-month rotation starts now. It's December, it's January, and it's February. Okay. And yeah, so we want to make sure that we've got a pipeline ready for 2026. And people who watch you show up every day this month will be the ones who buy from you going into your January and your February as well. I think the beauty of pharmacy is that we always have something to offer. We have incredible products at affordable prices. So people do buy in what would be other companies' slow months. We don't have that because we have amazing deals, great offers, affordable products available all year round. All right. Do you want to add to anything with that, Sadie?
Yes, I do actually. I've got some notes here.
Thank you, babe.
Oh yeah, apologies about that. But yeah, God, didn't Ooh, that was
I
oh,
love
do
you
you know
for
when like
that.
do you know, I forgot I even had this. We've been and got a tree tonight and we've decorated the tree. But you know what? Even Safi had it recording, and then I was like, I'll record it for some content like you do. Because this is the thing when it comes to the Christmas season. Yeah. Little things, you're going to be busy doing things like take pictures and post those things, keep it real. But it's
Mhm.
just my reality is that the kids started yapping. I went and got something from the shop whilst we're getting this tree. And by the time I get back, Rob's decided to do a big fat Sunday dinner, which obviously takes a lot of preparation, but he's done it all and then he's cleaned it up and everything. And it's just absolute chaos. It's chaos. I found a cat inside of my Christmas tree. It's chaos. So there's going to be so many distractions this month, so much noise. And I'm telling you now, like, I've been in this industry over 10 years, and I do remember one December where I decided I was just not going to show up for my business at all. I'd had an absolutely cracking November and loads of money, and I thought, oh, yeah, I can't wait to go spend it. When I said I had loads of money, it was a lot for me at that point. And I spent December filling my face full of cheese, drinking loads of alcohol, spending that money, and then by the time January came and I was like, all right, yeah, business hat on, get right down to it, it took ages to get back into it. So I've put a couple of pointers down because the last thing you want to be doing is to overcomplicate things because this business isn't complicated. You just need some really simple structures. But the things that you put into practice in December really can set you up for the rest of 2026. And I'm telling you now, if you don't take heed and lead by example and do this, you don't do it, your team aren't going to do it. You don't do it, and you're just going to see this massive flop. Your mood's going to flop, your business is going to flop, your activity and your bank balance is going to flop. You don't want to be doing that. So I have got a couple of pointers, but I will. I'll add those on to the end, but I just wanted to say you have a choice, and it is as simple as a choice. Now, you guys have committed to come in on here on Tuesday night to listen to us to talk on this call. So that shows that you don't want your business to flop. It is an investment and it starts with you. Good leadership starts with leading by example. And even if you're on here and maybe you've only got one team, it doesn't matter. It's all about your mindset and your daily jobs. It's got nothing to do, it's how you show up. It's got nothing to do with the amount of people in your team. But yeah, this month, this December, don't underestimate it. So regardless of how you were on your November, this month can be an absolute game changer. So like Katie said the other day, 2026 starts now. You just got a 31-day head start. And there's loads of little things that we can. I'll let you carry on, Katie, because I've seen like it doesn't really like flowing with that. I want to see you put what
Yeah,
is daily
no problem.
generally.
So basically,
Yeah,
we're
you
going to keep it
continue.
really, really simple. The strategy is streamline. What do you use daily? What do you genuinely love within the pharmacy brand? And think low entry products to get in those new eyes. The people that have been maybe sat on the fence for a while, maybe you're wanting to invest in something, but what you're promoting is just not bringing them in. And then obviously you've got your seasonal offers. So we talked about we talked about why December matters. And then obviously introducing the strategy now, it's around a very simple concept, which is low entry, seasonal content, easy conversations. Okay. Nobody's going to have to break the bank to invest is the message that I want to sort of get out to you guys tonight. So why low entry products? One, because it's risk free. Two is because it's going to be affordable for everybody that's watching. Three, it's fast to explain. Four, it solves seasonal problems. And five, it builds trust quickly because you're not asking them to break the bank to invest in something that you are promoting. So, and remember, trust is what turns a one-off sale into a long-term customer. So if you can get people in with, say, for example, the paprika and chili balm, or with our brand new lip glowy peptide lip product, then that once they receive that and they use it and they love the results, then come January and February and you're promoting, say, the NutriPlus range and you're promoting the bundle packs, they're going to be like, oh, actually, do you know what? I love that glowy peptide, or I love that chili and balm. Do you know what? I think I am going to invest in a little bit more. So bringing people in with a low entry is getting them a foot in the door to how fantastic the Farmacy brand is, and it opens the eyes to the full range as you start to promote the new year, new me, and all of the things that we're going to be doing as a community going into January and the February time. Yeah, the more expensive products that we sell, which nothing's expensive, I don't think, in Farmacy. The products are fantastic, but you get what I'm saying, don't you? You dangle the carrot with something low entry. They come in, they know a customer, they love the brand, and then it's right. What else do you do, Katie? What else do you do, Sadie? What else do you do, Jen? Shelley? Tell me what else you've got. And then you start promoting these products, and they're like, oh, maybe I do need to try that. I love that. So why won't I love that? And they'll make a little bit more of an investment next time, and then they'll become a loyal customer. So that's what low entry is going to do for you in the month of December. And we've got, like I said, a massive range of products. You just need to decide what is it that you use every day that you can slip in. What have you got right now in your makeup bag, or right now in your NutriPlus, wellness kitchen? What do you genuinely love from the heart? What have you got results from out of the range? Think low entry, so under 20 quid, and seasonal. Obviously, if it can be under a tenner, even better. But under 20 quid's a game changer. Okay? So we've already done that. Look at me, I'm one step ahead. So the 3C method really helps me when I'm promoting the brand, when I'm promoting anything sales related. So this is something that I do when I'm promoting a product, and this is something that you want to do every day when you're promoting whatever it is that you're promoting. Now, you might switch up the product. It might be that you want to sell the chili balm one day or 1 week. Then you might want to go to the lip and see what sticks for you, whatever. That's entirely up to you. But number one, think about the consumption of the product. Consumption. So show yourself using the product or taking the product, okay? Talking reels, boomerangs, selfies, anything real and authentic is what I mean by consumption. It's showing your audience that you are genuinely invested in that product yourself. Yeah? We always say this, our own recommendation and our own product testimony is what sells. When I used this paprika balm and I did a reel about it, I sold 15 that day straight off the back. So consumption, your personal consumption, is what's going to set this sales challenge apart, okay? Number two is something that you can talk about with ease, a conversation starter. It needs to be short, it needs to be simple, it needs to offer a benefit. Short, simple, and benefit. Why do you personally use it, and what problem does it solve for you? Yeah? So the conversation, short, simple story, benefit. Why do you use it, and what problem does it solve for you? So when you're creating your reel or your short form video, or you're talking about it live, That's the direct. Short, simple story, benefit. Why do you use it and what problem does it solve for you? And then 3 is call to action. Every piece of content, sales content that you generate moving forward, you need to invite them with some form of soft call to action. So it could be, want the link. It could be, I'll send you info, drop a heart below, whatever. DM the word daily, whatever. DM the word chili, whatever you want to use. But just think of the 3C method. Consumption, what are you using that you can promote? 2, conversation, okay? And 3, call to action. Every single piece of sales content you put out now needs to have those 3 things. That's what's going to help you generate more sales. Okay, so content that converts. This is the one thing that I hear a lot. I don't know what content to put out, or I'm putting things out, but nobody's really biting. So things that are really working right now with these that you see on the screen. So your focus is not on complicated content. It's on consistent content. You might feel like you're saying the same thing or you're creating content that feels very similar to you. Just remember that your audience is not going to feel that way. Repetitive marketing is still number 1. Okay, people need to see something, see more exposure than ever before. It used to be 7 exposures when I first started this industry. It's more like 27. No joke, because social media is that fast paced now that you've got to 1, stop people in the scroll, and 2, your message needs to be the same. And this is why you'll see influencers that you follow, they'll have a flagship product. They'll have something that they talk about day in, day out. You've probably seen it with Stormy. It's the Flaunt It range. You'll see it with Gabby Espino. It's the paprika and chili balm. And they are successful and their communities are successful because they're doing content that converts. They're doing one product, but saying the same thing. They're doing it in talking real format. They're doing it in real life photos before and afters. They're doing it in testimonials. They're sharing their own results with it, the problem, product, solution, and then they're sharing it as gift ideas. And that's what we need to do. So it's not necessarily posting the whole of the range. It's deciding what it is that you love, what it is that you've got your own testimonial for, and then creating the content that converts. And remember what I said, repetitive marketing is where it's at. So you're creating the same content because it's the same product, boom, 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 but you're doing it in different ways. So you're creating a talking reel about it, talking about its benefits and why you use it and your product story behind it. But then you're showing results, and then you're talking about testimonials of your customers, and then you're doing your problem, your product solution, and then your gift ideas, putting it with other products to maybe upsell, scale. There's lots of things that you can do. We just need to get creative with how we put our sales out there. Posting just a picture of this is not going to sell anymore. It's really not. We've got to get more creatives to stand out from the crowd. Okay, so use every tool and resource that is out there for you on social media. Posting your stories, go live talking about it, create your short form videos, do your talking reels, your talking stories, share your testimonials, show your real life photos of you taking these products and using these products rather than what Gabby's done or Stormy's done or they've done, because that's, it's taken and then just reused. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work that anymore. Yeah, not like it used to. Say, did you remember back in the day when we used to be able to post just a picture of a product in a box and just sell it?
Yeah. Yeah.
The good old days. The good old days. But it doesn't work now, so we just need to get a little bit more creative. Yeah. So Right. So we've talked about that routine content short in your life, problem, product, solution, mini demos, testimonials, season of gifting. People don't want perfect. We said it before. They want real life. They want real content that sells. Showing a product in your daily life, it then resonates with somebody watching. You taking it whilst you're at the gym, if that's your lifestyle. People that are gym goers, they're going to be like, oh yeah, maybe I need that because she's taking that in the gym. Or you're on the walk and you're taking your collagen shot, or you're doing your makeup at 7 a.m. with the kids screaming, having breakfast in the background. It's real life. Yeah, it's relatable, it's honest, it's authentic. That's what's going to sell it, and that's what's going to help you build those relationships. So another thing is how to sell it daily is hook, show and tell, basically benefit and invite. Yeah. So the hook is what's going to hook people in to actually watch that piece of content. So with that, when you're putting a reel out there, you all do this really, really well. That's what's written on your reel or your short form video. If it's a live video, then it will be your caption. What's going to stop people on the scroll to go, bam, I need to watch what she's actually saying there. That's what a hook is. Now, we're really lucky now because we have things like ChatGPT and things that can really help us stand out depending on what it is that you're promoting. You could basically say to ChatGPT, I'm going to be promoting the Glow-Away Peptide Lip Balm, and I need a hook for a reel that I'm going to do that's going to show me applying this product, talking about its benefits, and this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing it whilst driving, or I've just pulled up on the school run and I'm going to be doing it. And it will give you a hook to then put on there. Yeah. So if you've not got that creative flair, we don't always have it, not every day anyway. You can use things like ChatGPT just to help the process. All right. So yeah, that's what we need to do. So let me just see where I'm up to. I think. Okay, yeah. So 2026 customer pipeline. We talked about the 3-month rotation. Your December is collecting. It's basically planting the seeds. It's being visible everywhere. Some of you are really good at this. So your December audience, the people that are going to be watching you, become your Q1 buyers. You join ready leads, so the people that are probably next in line to come into your organization, and your trusted watchers that are probably going to talk about you to the friends, to the family, and to the people that they know. Yeah, and that's what it's about. So what do you want to be known for? Ultimately, that's what you want to be creating your content around. Do you want to add anything to that, Sadie? Sorry, because I've just been talking and
No,
I've
no,
not.
that's absolutely fine. I'm just there going like, yeah, remember to say this, remember to say that. And like, oh yeah, Hamish dropping all these wise words of wisdom and I'm making notes on them. So going back to being authentic, there's a lady who I approached because she is going to town on AI, massive. And then she's real disappointed because she's done it for 4 weeks and she wonders why she hasn't got monetization and she's lacking engagement and things like that. And it just made me think, you've just got to really be realistic. And I spoke to her and I said, what is the point of it? Not to be rude, just why are you showing up on social media? What is your message? And I've said this before on our leadership Zooms. So and it's the same as what we was doing in November. We're just changing tact a little bit in terms of, trying different products and good looking at low end products. Still stay focused on what it is what your message is. All that work you've done in November and prior to that, so who you are and what you're using, make sure you stick with it because we don't want you to now think, right, okay, I need to start thinking of something else. This is just off the back of what you've already been doing. So this is nothing new. It needs to be when you're having a look at your portfolio of products that you've got and that you love, make sure it's still that same voice voice that you've been saying before, because otherwise you're going to alienate all those people that they've got your attention. You've been really loud, you've increased your visibility, you've done all the things like especially over the last month. So people are watching you, and you just got to make sure that you continue it. But I would say don't be too distracted by different noises. Just make sure that you still stay track with your niche. Now, I've got 5 pointers that go really well with what Haim has said. So, for instance, again, Christmas is going to be dead busy. I'm feeling it already. That is really, really busy. It's ridiculous. So, number one, have a weekly plan. Katie has got a really beautiful spreadsheet which has got daily tasks for you to do. But I would say take 5 minutes out of your life, put your phone aside, and just make a plan for the week for what your content's going to be like. But be realistic. Like for me, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I have got no children during those days. They're all in school or nursery. So that is where I'm going to heavy load majority of the tasks that I need to do. But I'm going to also think smart. Monday, Tuesday, I'm going to make sure that I know what I need to do, because what it's going to do, it's going to remove that guesswork, and it's going to increase consistency. You've got to be consistent with your message, everything that we're talking about. And it doesn't have to be time consuming. You can have a look at that little task list that Katie's put together, and it can take you 30 minutes. Don't get distracted with scrolling and overthinking and thinking what you're going to need to do. So just a little bit of a tip for you. Number one is have that weekly plan. And the aim of it is to increase your visibility by 10. So Katie's already said all the different ways in which you can do it. You just need to have a little plan in place of what it is you're going to be talking about that product. Use ChatGPT. It could even get your chili balsam and do you 10 different points of conversation for the next like 7 days. So it's done it all for you. It removes the guesswork. So you're not there thinking like, oh, I'm scrolling, I'm working. Oh, but you're not. You're kidding yourself, and you're not going to get the results, and you're not going to be consistent. So get a weekly plan. Number two, those conversation starters, let's keep it simple, because I know that when we have these, you'll be like, oh, okay, so I'll go be creative and I'll do a talking reel, and you'll do all the stories, and you'll do the posts, and you'll put a lot of effort into that, but you still need to be getting into people's messages, and you need to be having those conversations. But we get it time and time again. Oh, I just don't know how to talk to people. You've forgotten how to start a conversation. So keep it really, really simple. And I would just make a note of just a couple of conversation starters. And it could be like, because you've done your stories or your reels, Facebook tells you who's viewing them for a reason. So you can go to them and say, oh, I noticed that you saw the new peptide lip balm. Looks amazing, doesn't it? Do you want more information on it? That's it. That's not spammy Sally. That's just nice. You're professional. You're just getting out there. You're asking the conversation. Number three, save your content and repurpose it. So if you have made something really good, or for instance, like you've made a shake, record yourself making a shake. And I'll tell you this now, does not matter if half your kitchen's missing. It doesn't matter if there's kids in your background or it's mess. Keep it real. If people want Insta perfect, then they go and have a look at that. They'll follow somebody else, unless that is you. And that's amazing. Like, well done. Not jealous at all. But if your life is chaotic, no apologies. Just show up exactly as your chaotic self, because you never know, there could be something funny in the background that someone turns around and says, what's that game on your kitchen set cupboard top? Monogamy, what's that? It's a couples game. I used to go live in the kitchen a lot, not even realizing that up in the background was the game that me and Robbie used to play. But there you go. It's a conversation starter. But you can repurpose the content that you're making, those B-rolls, so that you can be smart with your time, because that's what you need to do. We need to be consistent. You need to keep it simple. You need to not have the fear of what you're doing. You want to remove all that guesswork. So don't be afraid to just try your different formats, so doing your different reels and everything, but keep it saved so that if you have got a Monday or Tuesday where you have got your kids and you want to get some content out there, you already know what you're talking about. You've already got a catalogue of it. Bish bash bosh, you can get it put out there. Number four, have like a little 3-minute follow-up routine. So something like a value-based check-in, where if you've posted about the chili balsam, and you've talked about how it's really good when it's that time of the month and somebody's seeing it, but just reach out to them and just say, oh, look, I noticed you've commented on my post about the chili balsam. Do you struggle as well with like really bad backache when it's that time of the month? And just have that conversation, because then that's opening it up to somebody saying, oh, well, actually, no, I don't suffer with my back, but I do get awful cramps. And you're like, God, isn't it amazing being a woman? And you can just have a normal conversation. So this goes back to what I said at number 2, keeping your conversation started simple, but having that follow-up route system is really, really good to have. Because I think one of the number one killers of your sales, or where you're going to be leaking it, is if you're not following up. If you haven't got a follow-up system, then all of those people that you have got that are seeing all your amazing content, that are engaging with it, that are already thinking, oh, I've seen that, I've seen that, I've seen that. If you're not following up with them, they're just trickling out, and they're going to trickle out, and they'll probably go and buy from somebody else. And then number 5, keep a track of it. And there's so many, I'm not going to tell you like all these fancy apps that you got to go out and download these apps and put all the numbers in and the names. And I've tried that, and that's great for some people. For me, a diary. Back when I was with my previous company and we launched a collagen, I focused primarily on that one product for months. And all I did was kept a diary. I posted consistently about that product over and over again. All the conversations I had was all about that one product. And in my diary, I made a note of every single person who I spoke to or sent a message to, every single person that engaged in any of my posts. So the following day, I knew who to go back to follow up with. And it was just as simple as having a diary. And I think if you haven't done this in November, then you've really missed a trick. But throughout December, the whole idea of why we're getting people in and getting our new customers in with low-end products is because we want to build up that relationship. And you're going to build up that relationship with them by checking in and solidifying that relationship you've got, keeping on building that trust, making sure that it's about them. You're offering a value to them, and you're offering a service that nobody else is going to do. If they go and shop from Amazon or eBay or something and they buy something for £5, eBay do not care if they come back or not. They're just not interested. We have small businesses, and it means a hell of a lot to us. So this is the effort that we need to put in, and it will pay, because come January, you're going to have a collection of all these people from December that you've had conversations with, and you know what you've spoken to them about. And then when they turn around and say, oh, I said to you back in December, I want interested, or I'll check in with you in January. Yeah, I'm interested now. Or Madrid, I've just seen that you went to Madrid. That I'm a Fit Club looked amazing. Can you tell me more about those products? If you haven't kept a track of that person and built up that relationship with them, that conversation is not going to happen. And just another little pointer just to say is keep a track of any objections as well, because I think you may find like this month you'll like especially with nutrition. Primarily, I have been focusing on nutrition, and I know that someone's already turned around to me and she said, you know what, I like cheese and wine too much. I'm just going to go and get the fat jabs. I'm going to do that again because I want to lose this stone quickly. And then I might come back onto these products next month. I don't know. So I've had a real conversation with her already, but I've got her details, and I'll continue that with her in January, because I know what's going to happen. Same thing that happened last time. She lost a ton of weight, started eating food again, gained a stone. It's crazy. So she will come back. So keep a track of like those objections. And then something that I saw earlier, which goes back to what I was saying in the first place, and I just love the name of it, Pretty Prison, when people get trapped in it. So I don't know where you are in your business or how you've been showing up, but I related to this, and I just wanted to bring it up now because I know that some of you on here, we've had this conversation before where you've put so much emphasis on because you've got to a certain level, or because you've seen how other people doing it. So you've seen Stormy, you've seen Katie. I don't know. I wouldn't have said myself in that, but you think, oh, all their content and their page and the stories, it looks so aesthetic. It's so pretty. Doesn't it look wonderful? And then you go and try and do that yourself and it's not authentic, or maybe you do it, but then maybe you have a day where you don't look pretty and you're like, what are you going to do? Not post because you've got like a spot day, or you're feeling a little bit, ugh, or or like I've just done a story and do you know what? I need to clean my mirror. There's like mess everywhere. There's things upside down. There's just like, that is my shake from when I went to Miami that I've not done anything with. It's just an absolute mess, but I could choose not to share it, or I could choose to share it and be vulnerable and be like, yeah, this is me. So I take my business seriously. This is what I do, but I'm a chaotic person who's quite like scatty, but this is how I show up and do my business. Like I could have spent half an hour tidying my desk up so it looked real pretty so that I could show up. But what would have happened then? I'd have not been sat with my family for half an hour. I'd have been stressing out over the aesthetics of it. I'd have been twitching because something wasn't quite right in there. And it just won't be really authentic. And it's called Pretty Prison for a reason, because if things aren't perfect or how you want them to be, or how you think other people think you ought to be, then you're not going to do it. And it's a prison because it's limiting how you're showing up. And since this is the leader call, and I've said this before, hi, being a leader isn't somebody who, like, I don't know what your envision of it is, but first and foremost, it's got to be somebody who leads by example. Okay. And you can't be saying to people to be authentic and, teaching the fundamentals, which is authenticity, if you're stuck in pretty prison. So if there's an element of you where you're thinking, I can't do that because it's not quite pretty. I can't do a wellness kitchen because mine doesn't look like Katie's, or I don't have all the products, or I haven't got a fancy glass. I put my shake in one of the kids' Christmas ones. Didn't look aesthetic at all, but I did it. You're better off being consistent, like what I said, and sticking to that message and staying authentic than being trapped in pretty prison and not getting anything done. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Those 5 things definitely will help you increase your consistency, do your conversations, be smart with creating your content, have a follow-up system, and track everything. Keep a track of everybody's names, however that works for you. Diary, pen and paper for me. Love it.
Literally love that you've just said that, because it literally is in line with the daily non-negotiables anyway. As a leadership team, we want to be doing what we are sharing to others to do, foremost. So one, it would be to be posting once a day. This is just sales related, by the way. Post your product to profits. That's the only way. If you don't post, you can't convert. If nobody knows what you're selling, you're not going to sell. So that's number 1. 2 is to mention the product that you're promoting in your stories as well, because you'll find that a lot of people show up in your stories but are not actually watching your profile, or vice versa. So you want to make sure that you're hitting both avenues with that. So that would be number 2, is mention the product in your stories as well, post your link in there and things. Number 3 would be to start your conversations. We've said this on leader calls before. We've said this on momentum calls. Conversations is where it's at. Your network is your net worth. You've heard me say that a lot. You want to be networking. Networking is having conversations. If you don't have conversations, then you can't sell and you can't sponsor. You can't build those relationships. It's ultimately what we do here. It should really be called relationship marketing. You've heard me say that before as well. So conversations is then what's going to convert to your sales and to your sponsoring. Follow up is golden. It's the golden rule. People will be sat there. Maybe you've had the conversation, but they still haven't clicked on your link. They still haven't purchased the product. It's down to you as the influencer to then follow up with these ladies and say, hey, I know that you was interested in XYZ. I've seen that you haven't purchased yet. Would you like me to help you with the order? I've seen that you haven't joined yet. Would you like my link? Nice, simple, streamlined, nothing more, nothing less needs to be said. You've got to ask for the business. Ask for the conversion. All right. And then, like Sadie said, track your warm buyers. These are, do you know what? Your warm buyers are everywhere. Your warm leads are everywhere. It's people that are showing up in your stories every day. It's people that are showing up on your lives. It's people that are in your inbox, people that you've messaged prior. That is your warm market. Friends, families, and people they may know is your warm market. You know, so track it, connect with them often. One of the girls said to me today, who I were doing a one-to-one with, she said, I feel like my news feed is just full of beauty influencers. I said, right, well, unfollow them. Unfollow so you don't see the profile anymore. You don't need them there. If you're getting close to your friend limit, unfriend. Drop them a message first and say, hey, so glad we're in the same business, probably in the same team, but I'm just going to unfriend you, but you can message me at any point just because I just want to free up some room for my business, because your social platforms is your business tool. If it's just cram full of people already in the industry or already in your team or sideline sisters, it's, you know, it's too much. And if your feed's just full of that, it's just a lot more of distraction. It's a lot more, well, oh, she's doing that. She's doing that. Maybe I need to try that. It slows your roll. So I would say if you are seeing a lot of that, let's be going in our messenger and fill the algorithm with people who you've been connecting with so that they're showing up in your newsfeed now, not beauty influencers. Yes, you can support each other. You want to do that, liking and commenting and building each other up, all of the things. But just remember that your profile is your shop window, it's your business, and primarily your follow, not your follow count, but your friend count wants to be there for people that you are wanting to build your business with or people that you're wanting to buy your products. Okay. So with all that said, I've got one last thing to say. So, first of all, I want you to know that December doesn't have to be overwhelming. It really doesn't. And I know it is going to be for you anyway, because we're all spending our money on being Mrs. Claus for the kids. Yeah, I know what it's like. I know it does. It gets like that. But this is the beauty of our business, is it allows us to sell and make money. So that, you know, you're going into January not like Ellie used to say all the time. I used to get myself in debt until I started this industry. I used to put everything on credit cards. I don't have to do that now. And that's the power of this business. So yes, you are going to be spending money and it's going to be overwhelming in that way, but you've got an opportunity to make money while you're spending it just by selling one product a day with everything that we've shared today. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. You can simplify it, streamline it. But ultimately it's promoting that one product a day, your 3 pieces of content, okay, your daily conversations, so getting into people's messenger, and that's then going to create those small wins that is going to boost your confidence again, especially if you've been feeling a little bit deflated like some, okay, and stacked daily is going to be a compound effect. Yeah. Confidence is what's going to set you apart. And if you need that little confidence boost, selling something low entry is going to definitely give you that. It's not necessarily what you make from the product. It's the feeling that it gives you, knowing that you've got that order and another order and another order and another order. Yeah. And just remember what I said, the more customers that you have in with a low entry is going to take you in and boost your sales in Q1. For when you start promoting those bundles, wellness bundles going into January. Okay. We're actually going to be doing it earlier than that, but it's just going to give you a nice foundation ready for when you're wanting to promote NutriPlus. Okay. So leaders aren't made when things are easy. They are made when things are busy. Okay. Busy, 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 busy. We hear it all the time. Bloody hell, I don't know how I got there. Because you were hustling, you were putting your best foot forward, you weren't trying to be in pretty prison, you were being consistent, you were generating the action, you were showing up every day, and bang, 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 ducks in line, and it happens, okay? Jennifer Hagemeyer, I know she's on the call, she will tell you. November, I don't think she even knows what happened. She was just in it, locked in, disciplined, focused, and the business flew. Okay. So it's leaders are built in busy. Make yourself busy, ladies. Busy and productive, of course. So let's build, let's sell, and let's lead by example. Put our best foot forward and let's make December a month to remember. We say it about November. Why can't we say it about December? Leading in to a new Q1 and a new year with new customers, momentum, and all of that sexiness, okay? That's what it's all about. And sexiness, I mean confidence. We need your full confident selves again, and it will come by just putting yourself out there, okay? Strip off the bandage, bam, whap it off, and let's go full steam ahead. So, ladies, that is us for tonight. I will post the little checklist. It's nothing fancy. It's 5 steps, but it's just a reminder. Shit, I need to have my conversations. Shit, I need to post about my product. Shit, I need to follow up. It's just 5 little steps. Everybody can do 5 steps, but it's just that constant reminder of the things that you need to do that's going to generate these sales for you moving into the December time. And don't forget, we have the bundles, we have all the things, you know, the gorgeous gift sets in the velvet bags. Yes, we have all of that as well. You can promote that if you want to, but think flagship low entry and then whatever else you do is a bonus. Yeah, with me on that. Let's get some money in your pocket. And let's get these customers lined up, eyes on our social media, ready to go into 2026 strong. Okie dokie, girls. So I'm going to love you and leave you tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure. I will be simplifying this message tomorrow, okay, with some more content and sales strategies for tomorrow's call. So if this has been beneficial for you, ladies, share it with your teams and let's fill the call up tomorrow night. Get as many on as we possibly can so we can relay this message onto them and have the whole team winning in the month of December. Yeah? Okay. Adios, amigos.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Love you guys. See you all tomorrow.